Bonjour to le monde. Bonjour. Okay, so making another video today. And I'm trying to find some music again. Because I don't know if you guys like the music, but I do. I like some nice and slow music. Well, I can't be too slow, because if it's too slow, then it'll be hard to talk about what I'm talking about. The reason why it's slow music, because this story is for the slow music. This is the last part of the story. This is yeah, this is the third part. Not the third year, this is my 4th year. So yeah. So I'm about to find some music and then I'll start talking. I can't find any music right now, so I don't know what kind of music I want, to be honest. Because I want music, but I don't want it to be copyrighted. You know what I mean? Even though I just say no copyright on YouTube and stuff when I find it. Well, yeah, because if it's copyright, it can block the video, and I really don't want that. I really don't want that. I don't know why I'm humming that. Don't know why I'm humming the Empty Town. Oh, that's kind of what's in my mind right now, because yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for this video, because this one's my 4th year of French, so it's a lot this year. It's a lot going on. There was a lot going on this year, because it was my last year of high school, so yeah. And there's a lot that happened this year, you know? There's a lot of stuff that happened. I did a pretty good job this year, I ain't gonna lie, though. Even though I had this class I hated so much. Well, I didn't hate the class. I hated, like, how the teachers were. They didn't, like, organize the class for it. It was culinary. I didn't like that. Like the teacher in the class literally said, we're gonna do this tomorrow and that the next week. And then we don't even do it. They just, like, change the whole schedule. And I didn't like that. It was getting to me. I didn't like that. It was, like, really, really annoying. It was getting me up to the point that I had, like, meltdowns, and then when I had them, that class didn't do good. Well, not that class. The teachers didn't do good. They were probably, like, the worst teachers I've ever had in my life, like, with that, because it just wasn't good. It wasn't good because they didn't do a good job, you know what I mean? They didn't do the best job that they had to do. They just said, yeah, they didn't do the best, that's all I'm gonna say. So that's what happened in culinary, but we're not talking about culinary because I didn't like that class. My French was pretty good my last French year, I think. I still struggle with speaking French, so I still struggle with that a lot. It's not easy, because I get nervous and stuff, and it makes it harder. But I spoke more French this year than all the other years. And I liked it that. It was really good. I'm trying to find some music, sorry. I don't want to find music that's too slow or too fast. I'll just have without music until I figure it out. I'll just keep that, and then, gotta see if there's any ads, though. No, we're not having one with the ads. Because I don't want to hear the ads. I don't want rain sounds. I don't want rain sounds. Okay, let's see. No. No. See, most of this stuff have ads in it. So some of this stuff has no ads at all. That's why I'm trying to find it. The stuff that don't. Because I don't like ads. That's for, oh, this is for healing. Yeah, and this is no ads, and then there's a freaking ad. What the heck, man? That's a freaking ad. Okay, so. Yeah, I don't like ads, you guys. They're very annoying. I have a lot of things in my mind, you guys. Let me tell you about it. Like, literally, though. I think this year was a lot for me. Yeah, because, oh my gosh. You know how burnt out I was this year? It was crazy. At least I didn't have to deal with it like you know, like a temporary sub like last year, like French 3. I'm glad I didn't have to deal with a temporary sub at all this year. Because you guys, I did not like it. I didn't like, there's some temporary subs that's good, but like some, like, it depends. Like the one that was good was Miss Kratz, which was for chemistry, because for some reason we had a different chemistry class for the second semester, and the temporary sub was there for the second semester. She was really good. She liked me. I always made her day, apparently. I don't know how. I just like looked at her. She's like, "Oh, you made my day for just looking at me." What? I don't know how that works, but okay. I made my day from just looking at myself too. No, I don't. And yes, I got another water. The kind of water I got today is cherry ice flavor Starburst water. You can really taste the cherry in this one. I already taste these, so I know. It's not like I haven't tried these before. This was like my last one though, so I don't know if I have anymore, sadly. I'm gonna start talking now about it because I found my music. It took me a little while to find it. This one probably has ads. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't. If it does, I'll just skip them. So this is my last year. I just finished high school, of course. It's been almost a month since I graduated. Saturday will be a month since I graduated, which is crazy. This last year was really different than all the other years, of course, because it was my last year of high school. And, well, not of French, because I'm taking French in college and I'm declaring to be a French teacher, so, yeah. I talked to the French teacher a lot this year about stuff because I learned a lot of stuff this last year of high school. In my French class, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about college. I learned a lot about French. I learned a lot of stuff. This year was funny. It was funny too, though, because like there was like a lot of reviewing this year, and we review on passé composé, and I knew like everybody should know that because we learned that in French too, but most people forgot about it because they don't study at home. That's what happens when you don't study a foreign language. You learn a foreign language, right? You take it, but you don't study it at home. And then you just forget about the whole thing when you go. Like a later on level. Like, there's even French 3 people that don't even remember passé composé, and they only took that like French 2 like a year ago. I took that like 2 years ago, and I know it. I think passé composé should be in French 1 because it's the French 1 thing, not a French 2 thing. So when we were doing that, we were reviewing that. I just knew like everything, and then and then Madame was like, Sylvia, I know you know this already. I know you know. Like, it was so funny. Even when we were learning like reflexive verbs and future tense, she was like, Sylvia, I know you already know this. So I just mostly just said nothing because I tried to do that and I was just answering everything. It was kind of getting, and she's like, yeah, I know. It took a while for people to answer, so I just didn't do anything. After she just like said I know, because I was getting very annoyed over it, to be honest. It's like, okay, yeah, I know it. I just know the answer. And there's times I don't have patience, and there's like some days I've had more patience than, like, there's like certain days and there's like certain times and certain days that I'm more patient than like the other days, and those days were days I wasn't as patient, you know? So I know this, I knew that I learned that stuff, and I know that stuff, and like there's like I know all that stuff. There was this one person when I was in like French 3, this is like a little bit off topic, but when I was in like French 3, her name is Autumn. She lives actually behind me, I think. Not that I was behind, like, not behind me, like kind of like behind and next to me at the same time. But I'm gonna say behind. She's a grade below me, so she's a senior this year. She's graduating this year. I graduated this year. She's graduating next year, but she's a senior for the school year. So when I was in French 3, she called me because she needed help for her French homework, like chores and stuff, and I had all my French 2 stuff with me. I had everything to help her with, and I also had the worksheet with me that she did. So I helped her, and she did a nice job because I helped her with it. She made me happy that she did a good job. There was also presentations that she did. I also helped her with, like, pronouncing. This year, I helped her a lot this year. Like, that's what I loved about French 4. I was able to, like, help more people, which I love doing. Like, French 3 and 4, I helped way more people. French 4, I helped a lot more, though. French 3, I just helped people mostly with l'imparfait, which people forgot about. Literally, though. I was, like, the only one that, like, remembered, like, everything from French 1, 2, 3, and the level I was currently at. Well, I think I'm doing intermediate 1. I gotta see, because if they tell me I have to wait till spring to do French, I'm like, I want to do intermediate 1. They probably let me, because they said I could put like a level down. I think I'm in intermediate 2 technically, but I want to put a level down so I could do French for the whole year. I don't want to wait till spring semester to do French. That's because intermediate 2 is spring semester, and I really don't want to wait till that to do that. So I'm going to ask them, and I'm going to ask them at DKS, can I do that? And let me tell you guys, I got 6 more days left to there. I got less than a week, which I'm so excited for. I've been waiting for this day for a while. I've been waiting. It's been a while. So, what I got for this year is I had to get ready for college, and I had to do stuff, which I'm still doing. I'm still getting ready for college. because I just finished high school and it's gonna be different. It's weird. It's weird. You're born and then you gotta go to school. You gotta go to like freaking school for the future. Like you can go, like you technically, I don't know. Well, you do have to go to school because if your parents will take you to school, I think the parents get in trouble. I think they get truancy or something if they don't, like physically. So your kid really has to go to school. The only like your kid can start dropping out and they like I think when they're like 15 or older, but I don't recommend it. Like I really don't recommend people dropping out because you don't know what school's gonna do to you in the future. So you should not drop out. That's just me. I don't think you should drop out. It's just not a good decision. I have to say, if I was you, I wouldn't do it. Because if I dropped out of school, I don't think I would have even had somebody to look up to. I don't even think I would even be the person I am. And plus, I would never even drop out because I like school. Like, I'm not those people who hate school. Like, I talked to my dad about this yesterday. I talked to him about, I don't understand why people hate school. I don't understand why people hate to learn and hate knowing actually things. You know, if you didn't go to school, you wouldn't even know anything. Unless a parent wants to be your teacher and teach you stuff. You can do homeschool, yeah, but that's still school, you know? There's people who don't like school, period. They don't like homeschool, they don't like any kind of school, but you need some kind of school so you can know stuff, you know, like they used to not have school back then, like a long time ago. You used to get in trouble if you learned how to do stuff. So I think you should like school because school is like a privilege that people have now. You didn't have school forever. You didn't have school long time ago. We didn't have school back then. Like a long time ago, like probably like centuries ago, we didn't have school. And I'm glad we have school because I know a lot of stuff. You know, if I didn't have school, I don't know what I would do. Technically, I'm going to be in school for the rest of my life because I'm being a teacher, so teacher, professor, whatever I'm doing, I'm going to be a teacher. They're both like the same thing to me. A professor is just a teacher at a college. That's literally what it is, and that's still a school. So I'm excited for my career and stuff, and I also looking forward for college. I'm gonna go back. Okay, so. Because, like, every time when I missed the school when I was, like, younger, I literally, like, freaking cried. I hated it. It was awful. Just cried and cried and cried, and I hated it. It was, like, the worst thing ever. Worst thing ever. And I also don't like looking bad in school. I want to look presentable. I don't like just, like, wearing, like, freaking... Like, I don't really like wearing short leggings, but I used to do that. But as I got older, I'm like, no, this is not... A dress and leggings is more presentable than a shirt and leggings, to be honest. And that's what I mostly wear at home. And I'm gonna stop wearing that because soon this is what I'm gonna do. I'm changing about most of my road drum. I'm gonna get like a brand new road drum. So I gotta do my clothes and stuff. I'm gonna hang up the ones that I'm gonna keep, like the ones that's gonna be part of my road drum. Like the clothes I'm wearing now is 100% gonna be part of my road drum. I think all the clothes I wore these episodes, except the first one, I may not put. I don't know. I probably will because it has purple on it, my mom's favorite color. So I probably will. All the clothes I wore for all these episodes, that's going on my road drum. So. And I'm going to keep those clothes in my road drum, and they're not going to be on the floor. They're going to be hung up. I got to do that soon, too. There's a lot of stuff I got to do, you guys. After I finished high school. I'm finished with high school, which is so weird. I'm finished with, like, grade school. That's what I call it. I call it grade school. Like... I think they call it elementary school grade school, but I call it grade school because you're in grades. You're in, like, 1st grade, 12th grade, you know, like, that's, like, 13 years, you know, kindergarten, that's a grade. They count kindergarten as a year. And it's crazy that I've been to school for, like, that many years, and Now I'm getting myself more school, but my school is not free anymore. It depends. Like, if you do private schools and charter schools, that may not be free. But like, if you do like public schools, it's only free to like when you graduate your senior year, and then when you're done with a public, private, whatever kind of college, you have to pay for. Like, college is not free at all. So I have to pay to be a freaking French teacher, and that's brutal. I don't like it. It's brutal. I have to deal with it though. So I gotta pay to get my career and stuff, and it's not free. So that's, you guys are probably like, oh, you guys probably think I'm concerned about it. Yes, I am concerned about it because it's expensive. It's cheap. The college I'm going to is pretty safe, but it's expensive. My college is pretty expensive college I'm going to. And it's gonna cost a little bit more because I'm out of state, so that's the bad part about it. Like, I think they should not do out of state. I think they should do like, I don't even think they should even do that. Like, I think they should just keep the tuition like the same like anywhere in this country. Like, I don't even know how it's like when you're in like a different country. Like, if you're in France and you want to go to my college, like if you want to go to the United States college, I don't know how that works for that. I hope I meet people from France in my college though, because that would be so cool. Or from Quebec or something, because I could literally speak in French with them, and that would be fantastic. You know, that would be amazing. So, the reason why I love my 4th year of French is because I loved it and hated it. I didn't hate it. I disliked the part that it was because it was my last year and I had to leave, and I had to literally leave all the teachers and stuff. And I cried a lot on my last day. It was awful. It was really awful, you guys. I wanted to do Spanish. I want to do Spanish my 4th year of French, but you guys know why I couldn't. That conversation was really emotional. It was the conversation I had with her I'm at the 3rd year of French about that. It was like really emotional. This year was funny because there's some funny stuff in this year, and there's some interesting stuff this year. Like we had to do like, the first semester had more like the beginning of the year and the end of the year had more like presentation stuff. But in the middle of the year, it didn't really have a lot. It was more like the beginning, like the end. So I think I did a podcast in the beginning of the year. I think I did that. And then I'm trying to think what I did now. Then at the end of the first semester, I did that. I know what I did. That I did like a presentation, but I had no notes because I chose not to. I just only did it with like the words. I just did it with my mind, and she recorded me doing that. I didn't know. Like, this is, oh my god, I gotta talk about that. So for the exam for our first semester of my last year of high school, we had to get stuff like, I think we used like no, we did not use reflect. I'm trying to think what we used. Oh yeah, we did, I think. Yeah, I don't know, we did not. I don't know if we did now. I think we did. I think we did passive, compensative, reflexive verbs. I think that's what we did. I could be wrong though. What we did or something like that. It was something with like reflexive verbs. I think it was like passive, compensative. We had a oh yeah, it was. I think it was passive, compensative, être, and reflexive verbs, I think. So we had to like get like different. We had to like get like places that we wanted to do. and we had to just put like a picture like on the slides, and then we had to put only like one word, I think. One word and all that. So we did that, and then and then with like the paper, people could like write it on like the paper and stuff. And when they written on the paper, they had to you had to write like what you was gonna say on like the paper and stuff. I didn't do that though. I didn't do the paper part. I just like practiced like my French brain, and I just did it without the notes, and I did that without the notes, and guess what happened? Last episode I was talking about the teachers like tricking me. So I was just doing it pretty good, I wasn't nervous at first. And then when I look at her phone, and I got more nervous because she was recording me. I knew she was like recording me because I'm not stupid. But I still kept on going. And then after I'm like I saw her put her phone down and stuff, and I'm like, and I like asked her, did you just made a video of me? Like you made a video of me, like you like recorded a video doing that and stuff? And she said, yeah. And she's like, I can't believe you. Like, she thought I was gonna like froze because I think she knew I was gonna find out. Like I was gonna already know. So it was crazy. That was funny though. It was embarrassing, it was funny but embarrassing. It was embarrassing because I knew that she was recording me doing that. And when I realized she was recording me, and I already know about it because I saw that phone, I'm like, she's recording me. She's recording. I got my face freaking turned red, I think, to be honest, and I was nervous, and I didn't stop though. I just kept on going. I didn't like that because I was kind of uncomfortable. Like that's the part I like and didn't like about. I like that about her because the reason why I liked it because it was unexpected. It was kind of like helping me like deal with the unexpected stuff because she I didn't get out of my comfort zone, of course, but she put me out of my comfort zone like unexpectedly. Just like doing that I didn't know that was gonna happen. I was just ready to go and do it, and right as I do it, it just happened, I didn't know she was gonna record me. And then, like I went there, and then when I saw her phone, I started to realize that she was recording me. So most of the time I was speaking, I knew that she was, like, recording me. That's why I said something. I was like, I can't believe that she freaking recorded me. And she didn't do that to anyone else except me, though. Which was... I don't know. It was different. But I know why she did that, though. She did that because, because she wanted to show that to me when I was getting down on myself. And speaking of getting down to yourself. The beginning of my French 4 year, there was this time. Oh my god, I was like her and she was like me because there was this time that like her technology wasn't working good, and she needed the tech guy and stuff, and yeah, something was going on with Schoology. I think she hated that. I think it was like Wade's side or something, because there was stuff going on with that too. I think it was something going on with like her grading and stuff or something like that. So she had to get somebody, and then she called herself, she called herself stupid. And then I'm like, Madame, why are you calling yourself stupid? You always tell me when I call myself stupid not to do that when I say something bad. And it was like that. And then Madame like apologized. Because I called her, and then I'm like, and then I caught you red-handed with her fishing rod. I had a fishing rod. I was like, I remember that, you guys. I was always like using that fishing rod like metaphor thing. I was like, I'm gonna catch you. I caught you with the fishing rod. That literally means I caught you red-handed. That's literally like the slang. That's literally what it means. I'm catching you with like the fishing rod. It means like you. caught them red-handed or you caught them doing something, you know, like if they're doing, it's like I caught you with a fishing rod. That's what that means. If you guys didn't know that, because nobody really talks like that. Nobody, I don't know anyone that's like, oh, I caught you with a fishing rod. I do that. That's why I was telling you guys what that means. And I did that pretty often with her. It was very funny. It was very funny. Even when she made mistakes, I did that to her too because she did that to me. So I was doing it back to her. What she's been doing back to me for like the past like 4 years. And let me tell you guys something. That was just funny. The way I just did it, you know. And I really think I got that kind of from her because every time I said something bad or did something, she like did that and it was funny. She got to me. She never raised her voice to me like I told you guys in my first episode. She never did that. But she still caught me. She still was like even when I got loud, she was like, Sylvia, indoor voice, please. Indoor voice, please. And they like she gave me like warnings and stuff, which did help me because I was different than everyone else apparently. Well, yeah, I'm autistic and nobody in that class was that I know of. That like they didn't have it like I was different than all the other people. I was like I have high function autism, which means I can like high function autism is very different for people, but for me I needed more help when I was younger, but like I'm slowly like don't need as much help. Like level 1 autism is like people who have autism that need little to no help. Like in the future, this is not for everyone though. Everyone with autism is different. For like the future, there's people with high function autism that may not need help anymore. That they can do it without accommodations. And that's the worst part about life with autism because like your whole life is not good. Like even my French teacher told me this. Like in college, like as I grow up, my accommodations that I have now, like the help I'm getting, it's gonna like fade away. Like I'm gonna have to deal with like life without those accommodations that I've been having for like my whole life. In college, I'm getting a less accommodation than I got in high school. Because high school, I had extra time. I had a lot. I had a bit in I had a bit in high school and not a bit at the same time. Because, like, I didn't tell you guys this in my first video about French too, but, like, I should have. So, like, in French, I didn't have a combination in French real because I was a part of it. So, my French was getting so good. I told her I do not want my accommodations for this class anymore. And then she was concerned about me because she was like, "Are you sure about that?" I was like, "Yes, I'm sure about that. I was like, can you please take away those combinations for me and stuff?" And she did. She listened to me, and nothing bad happened. I actually got a whole lot better in French and stuff because there's sometimes the combinations can. It depends, like in French, I know I'm like really good at it. I knew I didn't need them. That's why I asked her nicely to get weird of them because I knew I didn't need them. I knew my French was like all the way up there, you know. I knew I was like really good at it, so I got them taken away because I asked them nicely, and I did a fantastic job without them. Even like. I think if I still kept them, I don't think I would have been as good as now because accommodations, like, they change stuff, but sometimes, like, limit stuff, too, because, like, they would have probably limit my French. They probably would have, like, did that. And I was proud of myself. I was able to do most of my French without that. Like, starting, like, probably, like, beginner French, too. I asked her nice to get weird of them. So, like, 3 years of French, I did, like, mostly 3 years, I had no accommodations. My first year I did, though, because I didn't know French first year. I didn't know any of that stuff, so. And let me tell you guys, I really enjoyed high school. I really enjoyed being in French I enjoyed being in French in general, like. the language is very cool and it's very beautiful, and I'm so glad I know the language, you know. I'm glad I don't just know one language because, like, well, the teacher talked a lot about that. Like, when I was in, like, French, like, when I was in, like, French 1, I was, like, very tired a lot in French because I realized it's because, like, she told me about it, which I liked about it. Like, she explained to me, like, everything. I'd ask her, I was like, Madame, is this normal that I'm getting tired over learning a foreign language? And then she told me yes, it was, because it happened to her when she started to learn that. Which is crazy. That happened to her too, she told me. She told me learn a new language is tiring and stuff, and it's because it's like a very different language. It's something you're not used to, of course, and it's and it can be harder than your language because it's different. Like I said, it's a very, like, I know people said English is like the hardest language ever, but I'm native in English, so that's different for me. So French wasn't that hard. It wasn't challenging for me. But, like, it was a little bit hard at first for, like, a little bit. And then as I got to it, like, as I started learning it, it got a whole lot easier, like, pretty fast. That's why I wanted to remove those accommodations, because French was getting easier for me. Because I was, like, learning it, I was, like, getting to it, and I was, like, doing a fantastic job with it. So that's why I asked nicely, And then when I did it, I realized that I made a good decision. I didn't make a bad decision. Sometimes removing combinations can be a bad decision for people with autism, like me. But I did not remove combinations from the wrong subject. I did it from the right subject because I'll be working with that subject for the rest of my life. I wish I had, like, English stuff, you know? I wish I was so good at English. And yeah, when I realized something with my French, like when I was in French 4, like, when I was in, like, French and I was with the teacher, I always, like, asked myself, why am I so good in a language, but I'm not good with mine, like, with English? And I started, and then I, like, realized that when I started English and French, it was very different for me. English, I started with a teacher that taught, like, at least, like, 5 grades at once, because I got misdiagnosed, so they took me there, and I guess my parents were fighting to get me off of there, and I guess they lost. I guess one of them won and the other one lost, and I got stuck there, you know? I got stuck there, and when I was stuck there, it created issues for the future, you know? It created issues for the long run. Like, my English wasn't as good. And then, like, and it does make me, like, really mad. I do get very frustrated over this because I want to learn other languages, but the problem is my English, I'm not even as good as I am in, like, I don't really have that much problems in French. Like, when I write French, I don't even get like 10 errors on my paper. I get, like, less than 5 errors on my paper, like, that I write, and I'm not even fluent in French, you know? Like, I'm not fluent or anything yet, and I always think to myself, if I get fluent before I'm really good in English, and that's going to be a problem, because I want to be fluent in French. I just don't want to get there before what I want my English to be. So I'm going to have English tutoring, because I didn't have the right English teacher to start, and that's what I'm saying. When you learn a language, whatever language, you need to have the right teacher for the language. That's what I've learned from my French, because when I started French, I definitely had the right teacher, because I look up to the teacher, so I definitely have the perfect teacher. I had a perfect person. Well, she's not perfect, but you know what I mean. The reason why, when I screwed up in French, or if I messed up, she always, like, encouraged me. She always helped me to say the words. She always helped me to conjugate the verb. Like, whatever I never had an issue with conjugating verbs, but, like, my French reading in the beginning, I was struggling a bit because that was probably part of the, like, reading I'm not the best. Like, I'm not bad at reading, or I'm not fantastic. I'm, like, in, like, the middle of reading. My English teacher said it's getting better, but I doubt that because I was in special ed. Like when special ed English teacher tells me, I doubt is actually the truth. I think I read a whole lot worse than that. Because when I read, it's like, those words I can't say right, and it's very annoying, and it's my language. I'm like, why can I not say these words right? But like this is also what got me furious, because upset about it, because French 4, like, my French reading, I didn't read it as slow as I do in English. I read English actually slower than French, because we had this, in French 4, we had to do this project, like, we had to, like, it was with reflexive verbs, this one. We had to, like, say stuff that we were doing, or that we did, or that we did and stuff, and, And in my group, I was reading that so freaking fast. I was reading that way too fast for the partner, because the partner was doing it slow, but my French, it was like, I was reading that so fast. I was like, I need to stop doing this, because I realized when you're reading, when you're pausing, pauses does not make it better. It can make it a whole lot worse, especially like any kind of language, because I had to pause so much, and it was making me mad. Like, I was getting a little bit aggravated. I was like, oh my gosh, here we go again. And then when I'm done, I'm like, I read that too fast. Like, I read that way too fast. Like, the whole, like, and let me tell you something. You know what the crazy part? I had no practice with that, because my partner was supposed to be somebody, but that person was sick when I was going to read it. Hers. I practiced with hers, but on that day, she was asking me if I wanted to still do it. I told her, yes, I'll do it. And she was kind of concerned because I didn't practice. She probably thought I was, because normally that was unexpected. That was an unexpected change, and I did a really good job dealing with that. Because normally, like she said, this is what she said, normally I would have not been able to deal with that. Normally I would have had a meltdown over that. Just one unexpected change can turn into a meltdown. And that's how much I improved in high school, which is very good. So the person I had to do was Sarah. That was her name. And then she was sick, so she was asking me if I still wanted to do it. I'm like, sure, I will do it. So I did hers, and I didn't practice, but I read that so fast that I was correct. I read that too fast that I had to pause, like, at least 5 times, because she was taking a little while to get her stuff, but I was reading fast what she was getting, you know, like, what she was getting, I was just reading it and reading it and reading it and reading it. Everybody else read a whole lot slower than me. Like I was like that made me happy but furious at the same time, because my English, I don't read like that in English, and that's my native language. But French, I read that like that, and it was crazy, you know. And that made me realize that literature is not my weakness. It's not, because French is, like, languages is literature. That's literature to me. So language and arts is not my weakness. It's not. It's the reason why English is a struggle for me is because I didn't start English right. I never had a right English teacher for it. I never did. So that's why I'm not the best in English, and it makes me mad, because my dad always tells me not to be mad about it, but I should be mad about it, because why is my French so good and my English isn't? It's like the same thing. They're languages. French is, look, it's a language, see? You see this? It's a language. You guys know. It's a language. So, and then math. So, I think I'm, math in high school and middle school, they mostly, like, let you use calculators, so it made it a whole lot easier. But, like, my math placement tests, and I didn't take math since, like 11th grade, but that's not the problem. Everybody's like, math is my strength, but now I think math is my weakness, because I struggle to do math without a calculator. I can't do it mentally, math, like my dad. I can't do it like that. And, like, I'm not bad at math, and I'm not the best at math, because, when you're high school, middle school, literally like tells you to use a calculator. Like, enter this in your calculator, enter this in your calculator. They don't just let you do it without a calculator, which kind of sucks because when I did my placement math test, I couldn't use a calculator and I didn't score the best. So I don't know if I'm gonna redo it or not because I studied some stuff in placement. I studied some stuff like they had slope, but they don't even give you a graph or anything, and that makes it a whole lot harder. And I'm like, I can't physically do that without a graph. They're giving me the hardest ways to do stuff, and I don't like it. I need to do it the easier way, and that's probably why I scored the lowest in my placement test, because I knew how to do the math, but they gave me the hardest way to do the math. And I couldn't do it that way. It was too hard for me to do it that way. So, because I was making me mad. I'm like, math never makes me mad. So, I'm like, is math my weakness then? Because I was struggling doing that a lot. Because if I could, like, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's the other way around now. Because they let you use a calculator and graphs and stuff. I don't know. Because if my college class does not let me use a graph for slope, I'm due, because I can't do a slope without graphs, and because that's the way I've been doing it. I've been doing it that way for like years, you know, like they're like that placement test expects you to do it the way that you haven't done it, and it's just not the best way to do it. It's not. So that's probably why I scored a little lower on that and stuff. And there's a math class that I really want, you guys. There's this class, it's like in a math credit, and it's like, it explains like translate, but you have to have 35 in your placement test. So it's kind of getting me to redo it, because I want that class, but I don't know if I'm going to score a 35, because I have problems with fractions. I hate fractions, or I know it's like division, but like, this is what I have problems with them. I have problems with like putting them like freaking like simplest forms, like with nothing like on hand. It's hard to do, you know. That made me so freaking mad. I just didn't want to do it anymore. Like, it was making me upset. I didn't want to do it anymore. And then I was trying to do the slope without a graph, and it was making me upset because I got nothing right. It was upsetting me. I'm like, what the heck you mean? You gotta do it this way, you gotta do it that way, you gotta use freaking fractions, you gotta do this and that. Yeah, that was upsetting me. It was like upsetting. It was not fun, you guys. It was not fun at all. So that's making me think that math may be one of my weakness, because just how much I struggled with that. This is not a strength. You don't struggle with your strengths, okay? So when I did that, it's making me a little bit more mad about English, because English is not really my weakness. It's just, literature is not really my weakness. It's just because I didn't have the right English teacher to start, and now I have to do more work because of I shouldn't have to do more work because of freaking, because the teacher I had. That's baloney, you guys. That's literally baloney. I'm having a break from French, and I bet I could probably write a long thing of French, and I will. Because I wonder if I could like write my questions for a DKS in French now. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Because I don't know. I could. Peut-être. I don't know. But that is literally why my French is so good and my English is somewhat good. Because I never had the right English teacher, and I've started to realize that since I've been realizing that for like a whole while, you know? And I'm so glad I had the right French teacher, because she is fantastic. She was good. I miss her. I missed everyone in that school. Like, you know what the best part of her was, even in that last year? When I felt like I needed to be alone, isolate myself, and cope, she let it me. She didn't even say anything to me, you know? There's times I even got out of the class and without her permission just sat down and just cried. She didn't do anything to me. Remember when I had to cry and stuff because my dad may say I haven't texted him, been worried about him, but I was worried about him. I was worried about a lot of things. I was worried about after high school. I was worried about my dad. I was worried about a lot of stuff, and he was in Nebraska, and I was crying. I don't have to text somebody to be worried about someone. I was worried about him that time. I was worried about everyone in my house. I was worried about my autism, like with college and stuff going. I was worried about, I had a lot of junk in my mind. I just like got out of there. I just cried, you know? And I was thinking about leaving high school too because, yeah. Because like by the end of the year, it was getting to me. It was literally, it was like, I was excited, but the sadness was just creeping into me. And there was times I just wanted to just cry, and I did, you know? And I got out of the class, and I just sat down there in the hallway, and she let me, you know? And then she didn't just come, like, right away. She waited for, like, a few, and then after that, we talked for a little bit. So, yeah. That's what happened. And most teachers, they just don't do that. They didn't let me be alone. They raised their voice on me, like I said. It was just sad, you know? I'm not going to be a teacher like that, though. And I am kind of scared to go to college because I can't talk to her anymore or stuff. I'll be looking up to her, though. Yeah. It's just kind of sad I'm done with high school, you know? I was like her best French student, too. I just can't believe that, like, it's been, like, 4 years. And, like, my life is different. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not just that I lost my mom and everyone, because when I lost them, I still had someone, you know? I still had my dad, of course, but, like, you know, like I don't know if I said this in a video, but, like, I was able to have mental days in that class. I didn't, like, if I literally didn't feel like it, I got my work exempt. I didn't get it, or I had extra time to do it, you know? Most of the time I wanted to do it and just had the extra time because I do my French, you know? But no, when I lost my mom, I actually missed more days of school, you know? And I had the Schoology messages on my computer. But she made a note for me and stuff, and it was nice. Like, my whole choir, like, my choir class wrote stuff on there. Excuse me. Which was nice, too. And then my whole French class did, too. It was like when I lost my papa, that whole class made a video, too. It was nice. Like, some of my grades dropped a little bit, but my French one never did because she realized I wasn't mentally there to do the work. Some of my teachers just like bring my grade out when I'm sick, or I don't like when they do that. It's like when I'm a teacher and somebody's sick, I'm not gonna just bring their grade down because they haven't done the, like, I would understand that. I would be like, you're sick, you too sick to, like, I would understand if you're not going to the school and there's something going on, you know? I'm not gonna just like bring their grade down because they're not, you know, like, well, if they're skipping, then that's an issue. if they're skipped, like if I saw them walking in a hallway, and then they don't go in my class, and I see them walk in the hallway again, then I will know that they're skipping my class, and I will have to talk to them. But, like, if I have somebody that skips a class, I would have to talk to them. I would know if somebody skipped it. I don't think anyone's gonna ever want to skip my class because I'm not gonna be a bad teacher. I'm not gonna be one of them teachers who freaking yell at people and stuff when they're not feeling good, you know? I'm gonna talk with them like my teacher did and stuff. I'm not gonna yell at them. That's what some people don't realize. They don't realize what kind of teacher I would be. And I'm still working on it. Like, I'm still trying to figure out what kind of teacher I would be. You know I'm not going to be a yelling kind of... I don't even think I'm going to be strict, to be honest. You know, my mom's not strict. I probably would be a lot like her. You know, she's not strict. She's not strict, and she's she's laid back and not laid back at the same time, because she's not really strict of missing work. Like when people have missing work, I think she used to be, though. I think she talked about that. Like, I think in the past, I think she used to be like a little strict, like before COVID time, because she said something about that. But like before COVID time, she was like a little bit. I'd probably be a little bit. I'd probably be like her in the past, you know. Because if I have students that have at least like if I have a student that has like missing work period, I'll be concerned about them. I'll be talking to them, you know. I'll be concerned about that student if they have like missing work, you know. I would not yell at them, though. I would talk with them and stuff. I would not just because there's teachers that just raise their voice, you know, at the students they just yell at them for having missing work and stuff. I would have to find out why they have, and that's what I'm saying. I would talk with them, you know. I would not just assume things, you know. And that's what most teachers do. They assume things, and that's not good either. You know, when I have them out there, they just assume stuff. They say, oh, you're doing this on purpose. Oh, you're sprouting. And I hate that. That's not what's going on. Because I'm overwhelmed. I'm overstimulated, and there's too much for me to handle. So that could create one, you know? You didn't let me just regulate it before I was having one. That's why I really had them in my French. I didn't really have them. Like, the only years I had them a lot, like, 9th grade I had them the most, you know. When I lost my papa mom, that changed me a bit, which made sense. That did make sense. It did make sense to me. So that was understanding, but like my senior year, I did a good job. My senior year was when I realized a lot about my meltdowns, because culinary I had a lot of them. I didn't have them in any of my other classes, but culinary I had so many of them in culinary. It just wasn't fun. And I realized it was because how the teachers were and stuff and all of that. And I was always scared to have them because how some people reacted to them, you know, I didn't like how people reacted to them. The only person that really reacted to them the way that I 100% appreciate was my French teacher. And that's true. My high school French teacher did a lot. I didn't know I was going to have a teacher like that, you know, a teacher that was really understanding and caring and stuff, you know. I'm never going to forget about her. I don't think she's ever going to forget about me either. Like, one of the teachers in high school, they commented on my Facebook, and they said that they think I had a good impact on her too. I don't know how, though. I really want to know, how did I, when I was just a student who's pretty mature, to be honest. If I start thinking about myself, I do get meltdowns and stuff, but if you really think about me, in reality, I'm actually a mature person. I'm not like an immature person. And some people think I'm immature because I get them out there. Like, if I have one, they think I'm immature. They laugh at me. No, that's not. When I get it, that doesn't mean I'm immature because I had a meltdown. In reality, I'm really not, because I struggled a lot with people in high school. I didn't fit in high school that much. And, like, people could be joking about stuff I don't even understand what the heck they're talking. They say these slangs, I don't even understand what they're talking about. Because, let me tell you, I don't talk like my generation. I think I've said that before. And I don't think I've said that here, but my siblings said I talk like a millennial. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I do not talk like my generation. I don't even use the slangs I don't say, girl, you ate that or whatever. I don't even know. Like, I didn't know heck what that even meant. Because Bianca and... I don't know that other girl's name. I forgot. See, I don't even know the freaking names. Tilly. Other girl that's a senior this year. That's becoming a senior this upcoming school year. They use those slangs, and I was like, what the heck? Kyra used those slangs too. I was like, what the heck are you guys even talking about? I don't even know what they meant. And then they told me what it meant. Like, and I still didn't use them because that's just not how I talk. Like, sometimes I make my own slangs, or I use slangs from the other generation, like. And I'm also mature too, so I think those slangs are a little bit too immature. Like the generation now uses like alpha gen slangs and stuff. They use more alpha gen slangs and Gen Z slangs, but that's more like an alpha gen. Like, my sibling is like 2 years older than me, and my sibling doesn't even talk like me. It's so weird. I talk like an older person than a younger person. I'm younger. It's weird. My sibling uses the freaking slangs. It says skibbly and freaking riz and all that stuff. I'm like, what the heck? Why are you talking like that? You're like older than that generation. That's like Gen Alpha slangs. That's like Gen Alpha slangs. It's like, I call those people brain rotted because they look at memes not like, I watch memes, but like, I don't really like watch them often, or I don't really let them like brain rot me. You know what I mean? It's weird. Like, I don't let them do that. Even though there's times I just lay down in bed and on my phone and watch like reels or videos and stuff, but I don't like, it's weird. I'm not like that. I'm not brain rotted or like anything. It's like I don't let the videos do that to me, even though sometimes like, if it's one I'm gonna skip it. I don't talk like that. I just don't like I don't like those slang. It's just not my thing. It's not the way I talk. It's like, it sounds immature, like, I don't know, to me it does. You guys probably don't understand me, but like, there's literally slangs that actually sound immature to me. It's like weird. And I don't really like that. I don't really like that, I don't use it. Excuse me, I don't really like use that stuff, Like, I'm excited. I want to learn slang in French, though. Like, I want to use French slangs. Like, I know je kiffe. I know that's like a slang. That means I like. I know kiffe is I like. I know, like, that's like probably the only one I know. Because I guess French people use a lot of French slang. Like, a lot of it. It's crazy. prefer French slang than English slang, though. I think French slang sounds pretty cool. Pretty cool. Like, I don't want to call myself fluent to when I actually know those slangs. Like, literally, like... Because, you know why when I call myself fluent? Without knowing those slangs, is because that's how French people speak. Like, they use those slangs a lot. They don't even, like... I watch videos of them. And it's very different from, like, written French. Like, this is written French. It's very different. But you know what I'm also happy about? I'm also happy my French listening skills are actually getting a little bit better. They're pretty much improving. Because, like, beginner French 4, my French teacher, she was speaking in French. Like, kind of saying something she said in my freshman year, sort of. But a little bit different. And I heard everything she said, like, individually. It was weird. I kept saying Madame so much. That's what I hate about autism. Like I said, there's times I'm patient and not patient. Like, I struggle to, like, there's times I struggle to, like, take turns when people are talking. Like, if I have it in my mind, I really want to tell that person, it's hard for me. Like, she was talking, I kept saying Madame over and over and over. I really do need to work on that. I really do. At least I know about that. And do I know it's a part of it? Because nobody else that I know does that. Nobody else does that. So. And I just kept saying her name over and over. Or her. I kept saying Madame. Yeah, that's not her name. That's just. It's Mrs. when you're married in French. And it's better. It's not better. Like, it's better to say Madame. Like, literally. People call her Madame all the time. It's like a French thing. And I kept saying that over and over and over and stuff, and it was kind of annoying me too, to be honest. That was so, like, it's like, when I'm, like, happy and stuff, it is hard. It is actually hard to do it when you're happy. I was, like, really happy because I was proud of myself, and I was also happy because I was starting a new year, you know. I'm always happy when I start, like, a new year of school, like, for real. Like, the first day, I'm always happy. I wonder how I'm gonna feel like the first day of college. I don't know. My main channel, I'll tell you guys, though. Not this channel, though. I miss her, though. Yeah. I was just kept saying, Madame, Madame. And then I literally asked her, is this weird? I asked Madame, I'm like, Madame, this is so weird that I can literally hear everything you're saying right now. And then she comes up to me, speaks in French, and I still understood what she told me. It was so weird. I spoke French for 1 second, like a little bit with her. You know, well, it's like, I'm always happy when I speak in French. You know, I just love the language. It's fun. I just wish that I'd spoken a bit better, and I wish I was less nervous, because I still get nervous when I speak in it. I still get nerve-wracking. I have nerve-wracking issues. Yeah. Yeah, you guys probably what are you looking at? This is a note that my French teacher gave to me on my last day. So, yeah. And I look at it every single day. To be honest, I think I impressed her with my love French. To be honest, I think I did a lot. You guys are probably like wondering like why is like a part like underlined. That part is a very important part because I want my dreams to go to France and become a teacher to come true too, to be reality. You know, I love that too. And around my graduation, that lady, I don't know, I think her name's like Miss Cabio or something like that. my phone was not working with the picture thing. I don't know why. It wasn't working for some reason. And she brung the right person. She brung her. I literally like hugged her. I'm like, oh my gosh, I miss you so much. Because let me tell you about my last day. I'm probably gonna cry. I feel like crying now. My last day of school was a good and a bad day. It was a good day because it was my last day. I was excited about finishing, you know? It was bad because you don't know how bad it was. I cried so freaking bad at the end of third hour. I started crying when we had like 20 minutes left. 15, 20 minutes. I'm like, Madame, I literally felt I literally felt the tears were like falling, and it fell. You know, I just like sat down in a corner. I was just crying. I gave her a hug and stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to leave, man. I told her all this. I told her about the looking up to her for her. I told her thank you. I told her a lot of things. I even told my dad thank you too before I went. On my last day before I went to the school, I told him thank you for bringing me to the right high school because I wouldn't have had a role model if I didn't go to this high school. That's all. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even had a role model, you know? So I thanked him for that. Cause he literally got me something cool, you know? That's very cool, you know? So in the long run, I thought they're gonna look at it again too, because I think I'm gonna be successful, you know? I don't have anyone bad. Yeah, we're just listening to music. I'm just talking about like how I feel now because I see you guys later. Bye.